Chris.
Yes, Joe.
Do you know what you get when you cross a mentally ill person and a society that doesn't care?
The HPE show.
You get society!
Oh, I thought you just got a...
We live in a society.
Can
we talk about Joker now?
Oh, is this the Joker review?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing
That's
now?
what we're doing.
That's what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
This movie was,
Here's the intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another movie review podcast. I am your host, Joseph Gallion, and with me, as per the usual lately...
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
When you introduced me...
Yeah?
Can you call me Joker?
Oh, yeah, okay. And joining with me, as per the usual lately, is a clown. Say hello, clown.
Hi, my name is Chris.
Hi, my name is... I am the Joker. Allow me to all of a sudden smooch somebody out of nowhere.
Yeah, so we can't spoil anything, right?
Yeah, no. Okay,
yeah,
this is the first. We are doing a Joker review, as you can tell by the title. The newest film by DC and Todd Phillips,
director of The Hangover.
This
movie has a lot less Mike Tyson.
Unfortunately, to its detriment.
I wish there was a tiger
Mike
in the bathtub.
Tyson as Batman.
I'm gonna kick the butt of all the criminals. I'm gonna bite their ears off.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Mike Tyson.
You keep messing around. Mike Tyson's gonna knock your block off.
Mike Tyson's gonna find me, dog.
He has been looking for you.
Can I have a Skittle?
Would you like a Skittle? Yeah, I've been eating Skittles during this podcast.
Skittles are heat, dog.
Yeah, there's also like these sweet heat ones, I think is the name of them. It's got
like
spicy Skittles.
The spicy, sweet, whatever.
Speaking of spicy, this movie
was pretty spicy. So yeah, this is the non-spoiler section. We will get into spoilers in just a little bit, but we will definitely give you a fair warning beforehand. Before going into the film, Chris, what were your like? Do you have any like preconceived notions about the film going into it? Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to with a movie like this.
Yeah, a lot of it was. I was more I was more intrigued at what kind of emotion I would have coming out of the movie than going into it. Because I mean, ever since it premiered at that Venice Film Festival, ever since then people were like, "Oh, this is going to change people when you walk out of the theaters." Like, I watched a few reviews on it. I've seen a lot of bad reviews from critics, but like high praise from audience. I think like the Rotten Tomatoes might be at 70% for critics, and then like a.
It's down to 60.
Is it down
to 60? I checked.
It got certified fresh.
And then it dropped.
And then it got certified fresh again.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's been a turbulent time for that movie, but
it's been a turbulent
and it's got like a
time
98
by
DC
in general
by audiences though. But I was going into it. I watched the Chris Stuckman review. He posted his review the day before I went to go see it, and he was like, "I really like this movie. It's really changing stuff." What is it, Joe?
Audience score is 90.
90? It's dropped 8 points.
Yeah, critic score is 69. So that's cool.
Nice.
So, yeah, going into it, I think I agree. I tried my, I heard so many people being like, this is going to be the return of real cinema. This is what movies should be. Not
I will say
kitty.
Very, very beautifully shot movie.
Oh, it was incredible. The
and it was
exactly amazing.
It was really good. It looked like it belonged at a film festival, not in the theater. Oh. That's all I can say. It just
seemed like, I think that's the thing for me, is that watching this movie, it felt really, and I know you kind of disagree. Mm-hmm. It felt kind of pretentious. Where it was like, this is cinema. Look, he's dancing, and it's so beautifully shot.
And then every fifth time that he danced, they did it again.
Yeah,
he dances like 7.
I don't know. It felt like it was just
this movie. It felt like the trailer.
Yes, it felt like, let's see how artsy we can make this, and it was very artsy.
It was a very beautiful movie.
Oh, it was beautifully shot, beautifully acted. Joaquin Phoenix, incredible in everything he's in.
I don't think he'll ever get an Oscar for it.
No.
I know there's a lot of buzz to get him an Oscar.
It's going to get nominated.
It'll get nominated.
Joker.
It'll probably get nominated for Best Picture. Maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
You think? I think Endgame's going to get nominated for Best Picture.
It probably will.
I mean, if Black Panther got
Disney's pulling a campaign for that, but
I hope they better win some Oscars. Dude,
I hope.
Tell me how last year First Man wins the Oscar for Best Effects and not Infinity War. Explain that crap.
Tell me how we're talking about Marvel movies.
Because the Oscars suck and they don't matter.
Gotcha. But anyway, Joaquin Phoenix does brilliant in this movie.
Speaking of it doesn't matter. Joker,
No.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. I can say this. It was not what I expected.
Yeah, I would agree.
All the freaking hubbub about, this movie's going to cause people to be angry and get them all violent and stuff. And it seemed like people on the news were trying to get people to think, oh, yeah, you're going to be violent in this movie. You better be careful. We were in the movie with... That theater had 10 people in it, maybe.
Yeah.
And they were all snogging. They were all sucking some face.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's an odd movie to pick to make out to.
Yes.
Let's watch this psychopath clown kill people.
I moved up a row so I could avoid it.
That's fair. That's way fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just the theater we were in that made me feel like that.
I don't
but
know.
I don't think so, because usually I don't care where I'm watching a movie, but I usually can just watch it and watch it.
I think that's, if anything, it's a testament to the quality of the film if you notice where you're at more. Because, there is this theater that's closer to where I live. I mean, there's a reason I go to bigger cities that are like an hour away to go watch a movie, because there's way nicer theaters. But there's this theater that's like only 20 minutes from my house, right? And I usually don't want to go to that one because my feet will stick to the floor because it's a crap theater.
That happened here.
But here's the thing. I saw Winter Soldier in that movie theater. Incredible. Yeah. And I didn't think about how bad the theater was. I saw Lego Batman there. I saw Homecoming there.
I wasn't
all incredible movies.
Hyper aware. I wasn't like hyper aware of the theater I was in. It was more
just
like
didn't think about it.
I wasn't immersed by this movie.
Yeah,
I can say that. It felt like I was, like I said, I just kicked my mic because
I'm not editing that out.
Yeah, that's fine. I kicked my mic
professionally. I'm professional.
Like a person would kick a person.
Nice analogy.
Well, it ties into our spoiler part, and
kicking. Oh, yeah.
You might not have been there for kicking.
Was that at the beginning? Because I did walk in about.
Yeah. Joe was all.
Well, you can tell because by the time by the time this podcast goes up, the movie review or movie trip will be up. So check out the movie trip, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It's like, I think that is a testament to the movie that I wasn't ever really like immersed. Whenever I was watching, I was like, look at this film. It
made me feel like it was supposed to be a longer movie.
Yeah, it was kind of short.
It was a 2-hour-long movie.
Huh.
It's 2 hours and 2 minutes. That's the runtime.
Weird.
It felt
short.
It felt short, which, I mean, I'm down for movies that are long feeling short,
Yeah, and that's good.
I felt like I didn't get enough out of this movie. I would watch it again. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. I would. But I don't know, man. There was only 1 or 2 moments in that movie where I was just like, oh, this is pretty good.
Well, and see, I came out of it, I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
I think you did.
I think I did, and which I did not expect, because going into it, I kind of had low expectations. I'll be honest with you. Because, I had seen a lot of the hubbub about it, and I saw the movie. The trailers never really grabbed me, because it just felt pretentious, especially with Todd Phillips running his mouth over and over about real film and cinema.
I don't listen to the directors and stuff. I'd rather just watch the movie.
Russo brothers are cool. So is Taika. Taika Waititi. I love Taika.
Didn't Taika actually respond to? No, that was James Gunn. I think
Taika did.
Taika also did.
Yeah, he did like a quote tweet. Lord. On
Martin Scorsese.
No, James Gunn did Martin Scorsese. But Taika responded to what Todd Phillips said. He said, Joker's a response to the woke culture. Which
and
is
then Taika's now, I'm playing Hitler in 2019.
No, all he said was, ha ha ha, this guy's funny. And I was like, ouch. But okay, to give him, I'll give him a fair shake.
Yeah.
The woke culture, sometimes you can see that it goes too far in certain places. Yeah. I would say with all the hubbub about Dave Chappelle's new special. I think that's exactly what he expected because of the culture. You know,
that's the thing though. I didn't see anything in that movie that goes against culture.
I don't at all.
It was a standard R-rated drama.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It was like imagine like
was.
a film noir type cop thing, but instead you're following the criminal.
Yeah, that's all it was.
It was
Taxi Driver. That's it.
That is my biggest criticism.
It's another movie.
I remember I was talking to
you
you earlier today. I was like, I posted a review on Facebook in like one of the comic book groups I'm in, and all I said was like, I give the movie a B+. I think it was shot very well.
B+ is definitely a good score.
I know Chris Stuckman gave it an A-. I feel like maybe there's just something I don't get from it that he got more, because. And we'll get more into. I'll get more into his in spoilers.
Not to interrupt, but like it's interesting to me even saying that it's like for me like a B+, B whatever, because I don't care about the Joker. I'm so Jokered out. He's in everything
he makes
all
money,
the
though.
time ever, and he's
say,
interesting. But
I enjoyed this
Batman
take
has
on
so
him,
much
though.
better characters.
I really enjoyed this take of him though. But,
I agree. It was a very interesting take on the character.
Well, like I said in my review, I say, you know, I gave it a B+. I said it was shot beautifully. I think that the backing tracks were really good. I really enjoyed I really liked like the symphony stuff, like going on in the background. The score.
Yeah, the score was incredible.
Actually
let me look
really
up
good.
who the
I'm not sure who scored that movie.
I'll look it up real quick. I just want to give the man the credits.
Hans Zimmer. No, it wasn't
Watch it
Hans
be
Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
No, it wasn't Hans Zimmer. Not for a festival film. He's more of a blockbuster guy.
Now.
Yeah. But I said it borrows too much, and when it doesn't
I can't
borrow,
say that name.
let me see.
It's got squiggles on the letters, dude. I can't do that.
Let me see here.
Dude, if you have a squiggle on your letter and it isn't like the thing over
Hilder,
the N for Spanish, you're done.
Guandario.
Guantanamo Bay?
No, don't make fun of the man's name or woman's name.
That's just what I thought you were saying.
No, I was. Oh, hold on.
People make fun of
Gary Glitter inclusion on Joker soundtrack.
Gary Busey.
Not Gary Busey, but what I said in my review was that it borrowed too much from Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, and what it didn't borrow, it straight up stole.
Yeah, Joker is a criminal in more than one sense in this movie, because not only is he like a crazy psychopath clown murderer, but also he's a thief of other movies.
Yeah, honestly,
there's honestly almost nothing original about the movie.
There is some original stuff that I can enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I know we talk crap about like it's very up its own butt about the dancing and stuff.
Like the dancing,
but I do still enjoy little things like that, because even if it made to me. The dancing, I'm kind of rationalizing as that's his confidence, kind of, because it happens after acts of violence most of the time.
I can see that, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to. That's the problem with it being a festival film. That's hard for me to it's hard for me to decipher, really, because I'm not used to seeing something like that in theaters. I'm used to seeing something like that being made here, you know, or like when we've got friends submitting stuff to like Cucaloris or something like that. You know, you gotta decipher stuff.
Yeah,
I don't see the reasoning behind that. I don't think you need to spell out everything for your audience. I think that you need to make it where I can
I think
at
it
least
is
put together some pieces.
I feel like it is kind of Joker in this. People are going to get mad if people listen to it.
I'm not saying I'm not going to crap all over the movie.
I'm not either, but it feels to me like an expensive student film, because it seems like the kind of thing that's like you would have a mid-20s guy be like, this is interesting in mental illness and such.
You know what I just thought of?
Yeah.
I think I realized why it feels so strange seeing it. The pacing of it was very...
It was really weird.
The pacing was very strange. The very beginning of the movie, which I don't want to talk about yet, because we're not even... We're 14 minutes into this, and I don't want to get into spoilers.
It doesn't have to be a long review.
Yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers yet.
Just yet. Yeah, I mean, we still got a few things. We can talk about some character stuff.
Character stuff, yeah. Which, by the way, what's her name? Zazie
Beetz.
Yeah, she was really good in this.
She's great in everything.
She's not in it much, but when she's on screen,
Domino.
She was really good in this.
She was a great Domino in Deadpool 2.
Why is she in the R-rated stuff with mentally ill people?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
She went from Ryan Reynolds to
Robert De
Joaquin
Niro
Phoenix.
is also really good in this
Robert
movie.
De Niro did great. He just kind of plays Robert De Niro, but you know.
He plays like a Jay Leno-ish.
He plays King of Comedy. He plays the same character from King of Comedy.
Yeah, basically.
It's just not the same continuity.
I'll say this: Joaquin Phoenix obviously stole the show.
Oh
obviously.
yeah.
This movie was very well acted. It's just, I feel like the screenplay was someone was like, I really want my friend to watch Taxi Driver. I really want my friend to watch King of Comedy. What if we just put both of them together and said Joker?
And my friend's a comic book fan, so what if I just named it Joker?
Happy birthday. I got you
this.
Happy birthday! I made this.
You know those like creepy letters that are made from like where people cut
like ransom
letters?
notes?
Yes, where they cut letters out of like newspaper and magazines.
Yeah.
That's what this movie feels like.
Like a ransom note?
Like a
Because it's holding you hostage in the theater?
it's not Zack Snyder.
Oh. I will say
Zack
this,
Snyder movie
compared
feels
to
like.
the Zack Snyder movies we've been getting from
this is
DC,
incredible.
this is a breath of fresh air. I don't know if it's like...
It's the best
I've been
movie
beaten
Joker's
down.
been in since, well, Lego Batman. Okay, excluding Lego Batman.
Which
It's
was
the
also
best
Zach
movie-
Galifianakis.
And he was incredible.
Why wasn't between...
Why didn't Zach Galifianakis play Joker in this?
I don't think I could have seen... Dude, Joaquin Phoenix
would've
looked
loved
like
it.
scary.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was going to keel over on camera. He
He
looks like
was-
Tony at the
he
beginning of
looked
Endgame.
so unhealthy.
He looks like Tony at the beginning of Endgame.
I wonder, that had to be just actual...
That was him. That was
yeah.
actually him.
'Cause-
He's a very method guy.
Yeah, I
or not
know.
method, but like he's very.
He's kind of like Christian Bale, where he
yeah.
just changes.
He can.
He just changes his body weight.
He's
It's
like
weird.
a caterpillar in a cocoon.
He's one of those dear chameleons. He's kind of like Sam Rockwell. Do you ever
kinda
notice
like
that Sam
Sam
Rockwell never looks the same in any movie he's in?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even.
You know who Sam Rockwell is?
I
The guy who played Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. He was in Moon. He's playing a Nazi in Jojo Rabbit. He played George W. Bush in Vice.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He changes, and he looks different in almost every movie he's in.
Yeah.
I love actors that can do stuff like that.
But Joaquin Phoenix, he is honestly, he's probably one of the best actors in this generation.
Currently, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I
He-
think
he
Joaquin
is
Phoenix
one of
is
the-
an incredible actor.
He is.
And if
one
you
of
haven't seen The Sisters Brothers, you should check
if
it
you
out.
haven't seen the movie Signs, he is
Oh,
great.
yeah, he's in Signs.
I said it in the
Him and Mel Gibson.
in the movie trip. I talked about
You're
it.
right.
I was like, Joaquin Phoenix was one of my favorite parts of Signs because he was just playing like a kid.
He's
man.
incredible.
He was just playing a kid.
He's incredible.
Yeah. He's the best actor whose name I didn't know until this movie.
Did you not remember Joaquin Phoenix's name before?
I didn't know
that?
how to say it. I was saying, like a Jokey.
Well, you can go back and listen to the first episode of LCC and find me saying Jaquanathan Fanene, which is absolutely his name now. Jaquanathan.
Ankle needs no teeth.
Ankle needs no teeth.
All right.
But yeah, dude, honestly, Joaquin Phoenix is incredible. He's great in every single movie.
We cannot say enough about how good
I don't
Joaquin
think he'll
Phoenix
do
was in
another
this
sequel
movie.
though.
I can't see them doing a sequel.
They've
for this.
talked about it. They've hinted at.
Oh.
I don't hope they don't.
Well, I mean,
Unless they tie it into Robert Pattinson as Batman, which I don't want either.
that would be very strange. But we can talk about.
It wouldn't be very comic booky.
There's a way that we can talk about that
Because the movie's not comic
once we get
booky.
to our spoiler
Yeah,
section,
it's a
because I
spoiler
have a
section.
theory. But
Word.
I have a theory on how they're gonna do it, and I think that's already a theory that's out there. It's
Is it the Three Jokers theory?
no, it's not Three Jokers, which I hope that they finally finish that storyline. I've
Yeah,
been waiting
it's
3
been a
years.
thing in the comics for
I've
years,
been
and they
waiting
haven't
like 3
explained it.
years for him to finish this storyline, and he hasn't.
That's just a Jeff Johns thing.
He just keeps dangling it.
Yeah, same with Doomsday Clock. He just doesn't finish it. Doomsday Clock has been going for like 2
I
years
have
now.
been waiting so long for the Three Jokers. I have been waiting.
That was scary. But
We live in a society.
Question.
Yes.
How did you feel about Joaquin Phoenix's performance as Joker as compared to Heath Ledger's?
I don't think you can really compare performances
They're
like that.
completely different, but what would you prefer, the way that Joaquin Phoenix played it or Heath Ledger played it?
Okay. I'm going to say this because I can't compare the two. Because to me, they're not playing the same character.
They're not.
They're playing the same
Absolutely
character
not.
in name only.
Yes,
It'd
I
be
agree.
like if...
All right, if you have Joaquin Phoenix playing the same, like the way that he played Joker, say like on the talk show that he was on.
Yeah.
The way that he was talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In a Batman movie, like in The Dark Knight, we'll say that. In The Dark Knight, if you had him in that, what would you think? Would you prefer that to Heath Ledger's?
Would I prefer that to Heath Ledger?
Just the way he played it?
That's
because Heath Ledger played a very different Joker,
honest,
and so did Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm gonna be honest. Joaquin Phoenix plays really good as Joker. I'm not sure. I need to see more of him as him.
I agree.
Because the way he played
the movie again.
Sorry, I just
no, you're good.
Right
you're good. You're good.
The way he played them or played the Joker was a very stuttery, mentally disabled man, or not disabled, but mentally ill man.
Ill, yeah.
And at times he felt just a little too childish.
Whenever he was Arthur, I agree, but once he was very Joker, I was like,
he was on the borderline in between though for me. That I think this is a very good take on Joker.
Yes.
Would it have fit like in the Nolan Dark Knight thing?
I think it would have.
I don't think he would have played as well.
Realistic. I don't know if he would play as well as Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger was more of
because it fits that universe more.
It fits. Heath Ledger fits that universe more. Universe. Sorry, you making fun of my.
Yes.
You know what you get when you make fun of a man with a stutter?
Oh no!
You get what you.
Today, Junior.
Anyway,
for Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler as the Joker.
Okay. That brings me up to another thing. That review I posted. There was a guy who he read my review and commented underneath it. You're like the only person I've seen that noticed this about them being basically Taxi Driver and King of Comedy.
How has nobody else noticed? What?
He said you're the only person I've seen who's noticed this. He said I also saw similarities to Waterboy.
I'm sorry?
I was like, you mean the Adam Sandler movie? I don't see it. What?
Oh?
Is he talking about because he lives with his mom? Is he talking about because he has like a weird stutter?
You know, it was really interesting when Joker showed up and he was talking like this the whole time.
Was that possible?
Oh, Opa-doo.
Wow. It was really great how Joker made a movie to just go on vacation and then made 3 Netflix movies.
Grown Ups 3 starring Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
Please.
Joaquin Phoenix and Paul Blart Mall Cop 3.
Grown Ups 3 starring Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Hamill, Jack Nicholson, and Cesar Romero's mustache. I'd pay good money to see that.
I just want to pet Cesar Romero's mustache.
With the white paint on. For those that don't know, Cesar Romero played the Joker in the 1966 Adam West Batman TV series, and he could not be bothered to shave off his mustache.
It's not that he could not be bothered to. It's that was like his thing.
It was his thing. He had a glorious mustache. Cesar Romero had a great mustache. And he played the Joker incredible. I love Cesar Romero as the Joker. But so what he did is he painted over his mustache with white paint.
Honestly, Beautiful. Modern problems require modern solutions.
Dude.
Speaking of painting.
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Laugh.
Society.
Oof.
Let's talk a little characters if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, there's really only
just like a general synopsis
2 or 3 main characters.
I can give like a general synopsis of the few characters.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to mention.
Why not?
Because I don't think a lot of people know about that.
That Thomas Wayne is in the movie.
Wow.
Thomas Wayne's in the movie, and it talks. You see that in the trailers, like Wayne from Air.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Well,
we won't talk about some of the stuff with the characters.
I won't talk about some of that, but I'll just give like a general rundown of some of the characters. So we have Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix's character, who will eventually become Joker. Has mental illness, obvious from the trailer.
How'd you feel about his real name, Arthur Fleck?
I have no problem with that.
Would you have preferred Jack Napier?
I don't really care.
I don't know. It was just interesting.
This will play more with my theory.
Oh, wait, and we'll talk about that later. I was about to say something that was spoilery.
Nope. We're not there yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Arthur lives at home with his mother, Penny Fleck. Who I don't know if she's not disabled, is she?
Mentally. She's not okay mentally speaking. Yeah. She has problems.
Yeah. Then you can see that from the trailer as well.
Yeah, well, basically. I mean, I don't think physically speaking, she seems fine.
Yeah, but in the way that she talks in the trailers, you can tell.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
We got to be
the...
really careful with
I mean,
some
to be
stuff.
fair, the movie is basically just the trailer, but with a little bit more in between scenes.
Robert De Niro plays a
Toxo.
he plays
I'll look up his character's name.
It's Marty.
Marty Robbins.
No, is it Marty?
Marty McFly.
No, maybe is it Marty or is it Martin? No,
Martin Scorsese.
I don't know. He's playing he's playing like a late night talk show host. Robert De Niro does a really good job. I would.
Yeah, he was great. Robert De Niro was great. I mean,
he's
he's a good actor.
Very like old timey.
Murray Franklin. There
we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Zazie Beetz' character's name I could not remember. Sophie.
Is
her name ever said in the movie?
Yeah, it said.
Okay.
Was
it before I showed up? No. Because I don't remember it being said.
You showed up about the time of the
whenever they were in an elevator. Yeah, that's the first scene I saw.
Yeah. That's where she came in. She's not in it much. When she is in it, she's very good. She's just lives down the hall.
Yeah. She's his neighbor.
Thomas Wayne is in it.
Yes.
He is running.
He is good.
He's running for mayor. I'm not sure who plays Thomas Wayne in this.
I'll look up the
I've never seen that man.
I have.
I don't think I've seen him before.
Brett Cullen. Hold on. I've seen him in a few things. Let me check his name real quick. He's been in a few things. Oh yeah, he played Satan in Ghost Rider.
That's where I know him from. He had
he was a congressman in the Dark Knight Rises
as well. He had a little Motorola.
Yep. He was the devil.
Yep. Oh, well, he went down to Georgia.
That's not how that song goes.
Wait, which one is that?
I don't know what you were doing. You're just... Oh yeah, that's dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's been a long time since I
know
the
song.
Charlie Daniels.
I was talking about the
devil went down to Georgia and he was
looking for a joker in society.
Oh, looking for a society.
Well, do you think that was on purpose? They had him play the devil.
What?
Do you think it's on purpose? They hired a guy to play the devil to play Thomas
Probably
Wayne?
not. He's just like got an actor to do it. I mean, it's the same thing with like a lot of the other.
Every time you hire Nick Cage, you're hiring the spirit of vengeance.
Oh, yo, Nicolas Cage as the Joker. A B C. Anyway, J-O-K. Oh. Hold on. Let me look up Murray Franklin because that's got to be a character from a comic, right?
I feel like it. I don't want to talk too much about it.
The Joker's psychiatrist.
That was Murray. Yeah, wasn't that Murray? That wasn't Dr. Murray.
No, Murray Franklin was the Robert De Niro's character.
Oh, the psychiatrist. I don't know her name.
She was in a comic.
She's in 2 scenes.
What was real in Joker? What?
Don't. Let's not talk about that. Okay.
No. Okay. Murray Franklin is not an actual comic character.
Yeah, but
I mean, to be fair,
that's most of our main cast though for this movie. All very solid performances.
Incredible!
I will say the second best performance in this movie I feel like comes from Penny Flack.
Yeah.
Well, Robert De Niro has a solid performance.
He has a solid performance, but he just kind of plays himself.
He plays a very charismatic. Yeah. He's playing a fake person, basically. He's playing like a. He's playing a.
I mean, he's just playing a talk show host. You know, that's just his thing. He's just playing. He's playing Robert De Niro as Jay Leno. That's basically what he's doing.
It's really good.
But he's solid.
Yeah, it's solid.
All of the performances were really great. Even Zazie Beetz was. I mean, we already talked about how great she was, but she's great in everything she's in.
Do you want to maybe?
We'll go into spoiler territory now. Before we do, do your whelmed, underwhelmed, overwhelmed.
Okay. I can say safely I was whelmed.
Really?
I don't know. This movie is very strong. I mean, I feel like I need to see it again.
Yeah, same.
I feel like I need to watch it again, but I know I'm not overwhelmed. If I was overwhelmed, I'd be like, yo, this movie's like, oh.
Be Endgame.
Yeah. Well.
Endgame, I was overwhelmed.
Endgame, I was very overwhelmed. But, I mean, this is like.
Well, this is different than Endgame. You can't compare the two, but, you know.
I'd say this is a movie that I would watch again.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to actively, like this is more of like a passive watch. probably.
I see what you mean.
I would listen to it more for the music than anything.
Hmm.
Like, I'm probably going to get the soundtrack on Spotify.
I think the main reason
Maybe
I
on
would watch
vinyl.
this again is just to see some of the performances.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is definitely worth the rewatch.
He's a great Joker.
I don't know, man. This movie, I feel like I need to see it again.
I agree.
Because
usually, if I ever see a movie again, it's either if it's a movie like I don't know how I felt. I should go back and watch it. Usually, if I feel like that, I don't enjoy it as much the second time. I don't know if you're like that with me, but it was like that with Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Because first time I saw it, I was like, that's a movie.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again, and I hated it, and it's trash. And if you like it, you're trash. I'm kidding. You can have your opinions, even if they're wrong.
You know what?
Got them.
You know what we didn't do?
What?
We never clap synced.
Oh, it's fine. We don't need to.
Yeah, okay. And they start at the same time.
They always start at the same time.
All right.
But anyway.
That's all fine.
Because H6s are great.
Use the Discord.
Yay. Trust me, if we were using Discord, we'd be doing way more than one clap sync. But anyway. But yeah, I'm in between whelmed and overwhelmed, I'd say. Yeah. Just because it is I don't know.
It's not a middle of the road movie. I will say that. It is an above average movie.
It is an above average film. I will say that. It is quality, good watch.
If Endgame is top of the charts, all right, and something like Batman and Robin is bottom of the barrel, then this is safely nuzzled slightly under The Dark Knight for me.
Well, here's the thing. I saw people saying, like, there's no way you can do a movie like this with Marvel or whatever and stuff like
Punisher.
that. Logan is head and shoulders above this movie. Head and shoulders.
I feel like the thing with Logan, that's the benefit Marvel has, is that they've got the benefit of,
even as a standalone film,
as
Logan
a standalone
is a better
film,
movie
but I don't think it would. I don't think
it wouldn't
have
be as good
it wouldn't
as
have
was.
the impact.
No, it wouldn't.
That's the big problem I have, is that the Marvel movies have a lot more time, or they've had a lot more time to get us connected to these characters and these actors.
Well, that's the thing. I was like,
and the Joker
is a one-off.
Exactly.
Assumedly.
I wish that it was so Elseworld.
I think it technically.
I don't know. Did you? Let's do this and then we'll get the spoilers.
But yeah, no, I think it's. I'll play it safe and say whelmed, honestly, because it is a thing for me where it's like the cinematography, everything is beautiful,
It was a very
but it was just
movie.
like it didn't get me. You know, it just didn't hook me personally.
It's like seeing.
I can see why people really enjoy
It's like
it.
seeing like a painting in the museum.
It speaks to different people differently.
Yeah. Well, it's like seeing a painting. It's like, I can appreciate this painting looks nice, but I'm not getting
and I
what
think
everyone else is getting from this.
I think that's different. It's different for me because the whole time I was watching it, a lot of the times I was like, wow, Joaquin Phoenix is doing a great job. I was never like, wow, this character is so... No, you're good. Get your Skittles, dog.
Appreciate it.
Toss me that purple one if you don't mind. Because I like, oh, you're actually tossing? Oh, never mind. You
It's a little
place
toss.
it gently in my hand.
It's a little toss.
It's quite sweet of you. Anyway, the whole time I was watching it, I never just sunk into the story of the movie, you know? Whenever I'm watching something like... Well, whenever I watched... We'll do another Joaquin Phoenix movie when I watched The Sisters Brothers.
Yeah.
Great movie if you haven't seen it. Great. It's on Hulu right now. I forgot I was watching Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly. I was watching the characters, and I forgot I was watching Jake Gyllenhaal and Riz Ahmed. It was just a solid enough story that their incredible performances seeped into the movie, and I disappeared into the world of
this
the film.
movie never grabbed me by the shoulders and said, hey, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
It kind of just...
The whole time, it just felt like someone performing, and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. What a great performance, but
it was like watching
a
play,
story.
almost, where you're very aware of, this is a play, this is on stage. Like, I can watch this passively.
Well, even in certain plays, I don't know, have you ever really been to, like, many
I've been
plays?
to a few.
I went to this in downtown Wilmington. There was like in a warehouse, they did Macbeth. And they had live music with only like a violin, and it was great. Yeah, they killed it. Yeah, and I disappeared into the story. You can do that, but like sometimes, especially if it's like a
I mean it more from
thing,
like a performance thing, where it's like you can. There's a line between admiring a performance to the point of the rest of the movie, like to the detriment of the rest of the movie, like
which I think is what this movie suffered from.
That's what happens. Or what's happened in retrospect with, like, The Dark Knight, where we've now stopped caring about the story of that movie and more about...
Which wasn't as strong, if you look back at it.
And it's more like, Heath Ledger sadly passed away, and this
look at this amazing performance.
But I mean, it's very strange because this movie never grabbed me. Like Heath Ledger's performance, even like when I was a kid when that movie came out, that grabbed me and was like, "Look, you're in this now. We're watching this."
It terrified me as a kid.
But this one,
it scared me. I was.
I think it might have been because the cinematography was so like it was just each frame a painting. I could not. Stanley Kubrick.
That was a Kubrick line.
Oh, was it? Well, I mean, it's whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, but
I agree.
Every frame was a painting.
Every single frame of a film should tell a story.
I spent too much time looking at the beautiful cinematography to even comprehend the story. Because we both came out of it feeling like there wasn't much of a.
There wasn't much for me. It was more
subtext.
Yeah, which I think it goes even for a movie like
very film festival-y.
It felt that way for even a film like Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
I think because there's not a whole lot about the character, but I sunk into that. There was something I could put my teeth into there. You know,
this just I don't know. It was just too similar.
It felt
but different in the wrong places.
It felt. Oh, I want to make a film like Taxi Driver. It didn't feel like I want to make the Joker. And make it interesting and different and everything. It felt like I want to do Joker, but like Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy. It was a very good movie, and I enjoyed watching it. It did not feel great. Spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo,
Thomas Wayne got clapped. We both knew it was happening. We both knew.
I like it. We knew clapped.
Yeah.
We both spiked the audio.
So, once again, DC managed to make it almost through a movie. They made it to the end this time instead of the beginning.
Somehow.
They clapped the Waynes.
So
they got patty smacked.
Thomas and Martha Wayne's death in this is better than Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, yes, very, very much.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey Dean Morgan and the lady who plays Maggie on The Walking Dead. You're Lauren Cohen.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. I remembered.
Yeah,
but
took you a minute.
They're great actors, and I'm so sorry that this is what you had to work with. Yeah. Also, isn't it ironic that Maggie and Negan were married, and Negan killed Glenn? Yeah, beat his head in with a baseball bat. Hey, also,
beat him in the head with the baseball bat.
Real quick, while we're talking about spoilers, just fair warning, because usually we do keep it kind of family friendly on the HPE. We are
going to be talking about some graphic.
There's some really graphic stuff in this movie.
Not as much as I thought it would be, though.
Not near as bad as you would think. It really only seemed to have an R-rated just because it said the F word.
I would say it's not even
all that much.
That nudity. There was some nudity.
Was there nudity
in the pictures in this?
Oh, book. Right, yeah, because he had like photos.
Yeah, I'd say if you could handle Deadpool, you could probably handle this.
Oh my gosh,
this isn't funny gore.
If you can handle Logan, you can handle this.
If you could watch the Saw movie, you could probably make it through this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Saw. I'm talking the first one. The first one's a lot more subdued, but there's less blood in this than there is in the Saw movies.
Well, there's less blood in this than I've seen in Daredevil.
Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't as brutal as their
Daredevil is way more violent. What was this.
I think the reason that this was considered so violent is because the violence comes almost out of nowhere.
Sometimes, yeah.
And then it's very sporadic.
That clip in the subway, like that one of the first people he kills, all of a sudden out of nowhere, headshot, dead.
Yeah, that was a very violent. It was a very out of nowhere thing, and it was very shocking.
Yeah, and they didn't shy away from having blood splatter and stuff like that. But at the same time, it wasn't all that bad.
I don't know what they did. Well, like what stage blood they had. That stage blood looked really good.
It did.
Like when
it seemed thicker.
There's a scene because it actually like cast its shadow kind of like on it.
True.
So like
I noticed that.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Like there's a scene. Should I just give like a spoiler rundown of the movie?
Well, we'll talk about what we'll get to what we talk about, and if there's something we don't talk about, sorry. But,
Joe missed like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
All that happened is he
cries.
Yeah, that shot in the trailer where he's like sticking his fingers in his mouth and like pulling up a smile.
Or whatever,
Yeah, I don't know what the point is with that, but he had a tear come down from it. I don't know if he was like Arthur has this condition where
like sad or something.
He was hit in the head when he was younger, which we find out in the movie.
Yeah, we find out he was
victim of
abuse
by
and adopted child.
He was adopted, beat up by his adoptive mother and her boyfriend.
I don't know if it was Penny that did it.
No,
it
was.
Well, I know he was malnourished, but I don't know if he was abused by Penny. I think it was
maybe it was
just
who he was adopted by.
Penny's boyfriend.
Yeah, because he also hit her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was
abusive. Yeah. But this beating is what gave Arthur a condition where he has a condition that makes him laugh when he does not mean to.
Yeah, it's like a nervous tic type thing.
It's a very strange thing. Whenever he gets like frustrated, he'll
which real quick, Joaquin Phoenix's laugh, incredible. I loved it. I loved it.
It was very interesting. Like, first of all, did you give a reason for the Joker to be laughing all the time, which is great,
which is interesting,
and also it really looked like when he was Arthur, it looked like that laugh like pained him like a lot.
So, yeah,
there were moments where he was
there
just
were
like
times
coughing
that he didn't want to laugh.
Yeah, like it hurt.
Like the beginning of the stand-up routine and before like the subway killings.
Yeah. Where he's laughing and he's trying to stop it. Like it sounds like he's crying and switching back into laughing, but it never stops being a laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it was an interesting take on laughing. I think
I really liked it. I don't know where to even start. The whole plot is set into motion because the public service that Arthur uses for his like therapy has funding cut.
Yeah,
that's
where it kind of starts to unravel.
That's where the thread of the story is, and is within the first 10 minutes, and Joe missed it.
Yep. Well, no, I saw the part where they said the funding was cut and everything. I was sitting next to you.
Oh, were you? Was that at that point?
No, that was after a lot. Where the psychiatrist
it was at the very
was
beginning
done.
of the movie where that happened.
Well, whenever she was gone, and they're like, "Yo, I can't. Society doesn't give a crap about you or me.
Yeah, nah.
Society.
Yeah. So anyway, the public service that he uses for his mental health care is has its funding cut. Gotham is in the middle of a trash workers strike, so there's just trash all over the place. Giant rats.
Which was super cool, and it was a very cool atmosphere. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it looks, and you missed it, but the movie opened with the old Warner Brothers logo.
Oh yeah,
it had like the little stubby W, which I really like. I want that to be my background
now
on my phone. I need to find it.
Oh my goodness, is that Luke? Hello, Luke.
Yeah, but Joe. That's what set the whole plot into motion. Is he had no access to his medicine.
Yeah,
and then. From there, he drops a gun in the children's hospital.
Yeah, that was
a gun that was given
funny.
to him.
I laughed out loud when I
laughed. There's some good laughs in this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk around it. We're gonna tiptoe through the tulips with this one. All right. There is a point in the movie. There's Arthur is at the place where all the clowns dress up and they're kind of like rented out, to go to parties or to go wave signs around or whatever. And one of the big bald guys that's one of the clowns, Arthur has just been beaten up over a sign. If you have seen the trailers, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you've seen the movie, hopefully by now, if you're listening to this, you've seen the movie. But after he gets hit by the sign, that man gives him a gun, the bald guy. And then later on, after Arthur's been fired for dropping a gun in a children's hospital, singing "Are You Happy and You Know It?"
What's up? Cinemascore.com?
Yeah.
They gave Joker a B+.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, just
I
like
should
us.
work for them.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
They gave Captain Marvel an A.
It's all these Disney people getting bought. Well, actually, you see, Disney is buying out all the critic websites.
Yeah, no, this movie's just it's a B movie.
Bad.
Not a B movie, but like it's a B plus rated.
B.
Yeah. But anyway, the bald guy gets clapped by a pair of scissors that Arthur has, and there's a small person with him who used to work with him. And Arthur locked the door when the guys walked in, like his apartment door. and the small guy can't reach the doorknob, or he can't reach the lock to unlock the door to get out.
I just
laughed.
That was funny.
I laughed out loud,
and I was like,
I giggled.
I mean, it was an intentionally funny, uncomfortable scene.
He's just like,
I smacked my
Arthur,
mic.
can you get the door? And then he's like, oh yeah. I just
sorry about that. And he also goes like, thanks for being my friend.
He's like, you were always nice to me.
It was really uncomfortable, but like it was
interesting. They needed to be some comic relief after. Because that was
that was right after a horrifying murder.
That was right after he turned a man into a cyclops.
Yeah, basically.
With a pair of scissors.
And it's funny because he like in that scene again. This is pretty graphic, but in that scene,
cover your ears.
He does small children. He does beat a man almost like his head almost completely in against the door frame. All right.
Yeah.
But that's nowhere near as bad as the car door scene from Daredevil season 1.
Yeah. No.
Nowhere near.
Not as squishy.
They got away with more in a Marvel movie than they
TV
did
show.
in Joker. Well, I mean, it's in the
yeah,
MCU.
but it's also on the streaming service and it doesn't have to worry about the MPAA.
I know, but like that's the thing is like people were comparing Marvel and DC properties. It's interesting because it was willing to go farther. It seemed like it was willing to do more in that.
With Joker going as far as it did.
Yeah,
I wish it went further.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Look, there was a lot of violence on screen.
Yes,
there was not as much as I thought there would be. There was more violence.
It was just kind of standard, whatever. The person gets shot.
It was very subdued.
Yeah,
it was more subdued than I thought.
It was nowhere near as bad as people were making it out.
It was
to be.
not as blatant. I don't think a dead body was on screen
for more than like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, okay, they held whenever Robert De Niro gets shot in the head. They held.
Okay, that held, but that was because of the setting.
That was the climax of the film.
Yeah. Which
was an interesting climax. I like that.
What did you think of the ending? The ending being him in yeah. Well, not that. Not the smile thing.
The smile thing was fun.
Sick. That reminded me of Brian Azzarello's Joker,
yes.
Which was amazing. And I think there's a sequel. I think there's already. I'm pretty sure there's a sequel out.
Heck yeah.
I think it's for Harley. Because
Brian Azzarello is just a great comic writer. Anyway.
Very good.
But anyway.
But the ending line of in the asylum.
Oh, you wouldn't think it's funny, or?
Oh, it was something like he was giggling. And then he said,
I was thinking of a joke. They flash Bruce Wayne over his dead parents' body.
He said you
wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it. Or it's between me and him or something like that.
I'm pretty sure he said you wouldn't.
No, he said it before that.
Which even his relationship with Bruce Wayne is interesting in this because he thinks he's his brother.
Bob brothers.
Well, they're not.
They're not Baba brothers.
And Thomas Wayne straight up punched that boy.
That was a solid. I remember I looked at you. I was like, "Holy crud, dude!" He just
didn't say crud in the movie.
He got patty smacked by Thomas Wayne.
Yo, Thomas Wayne's got a stiff punch, dog.
Dude,
I was
Alfred,
like, yo.
who played Alfred in this? Alfred
was a beefcake, dog.
He looked thick.
I was like, dang, that's a man.
Yeah. Whoever played Bruce, that kid was pretty okay.
Kid was good.
He was pretty good.
The one thing about it
was a very good young Bruce Wayne.
It was so like film cinema child where he just stands and is shocked or whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't show like hardly any emotion in the movie, but I don't think that's the actor's fault. I think it's just the direction of the movie.
Batman doesn't show emotion.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Where's the drug
That's not an emotion, that's a cough that you can't quite get out.
You wouldn't give the trigger to an ordinary citizen.
Here's my my theory.
It's by Christian Bale.
Nice.
Is it pretty solid?
Very breathy.
Well, I mean, it is. It's a whole thing where the city just showed you. It's full of. I'm not wearing hockey pads. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Can I have another pack of Luckies?
Anyway, my theory.
Kind of another purple.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it up.
I like Skittles.
You got it, baby boy.
Oh, you're sweet.
Shut up. So the ending of the movie, Joaquin Phoenix walks away from this therapist's office after saying it's a joke. You probably wouldn't get it. They flash at Bruce Wayne. It shows him walking down the hallway with bloody footprints.
Implying that he killed the psychiatrist.
Oh, he killed her. He stomped her face in.
That seems to be what it implies.
We've seen him do some stuff like that
in the comics, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him blow
And he
up,
gets chased down the hall by an orderly.
which was so Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I love that because it was ridiculous and it really fit the joke.
Theory. I'm hoping that if they decide to tie Batman into this,
Which I hope they don't.
Joaquin Phoenix is not going to be the Joker in that. I think they went about it the way where the Joker that Batman fights is going to be more of someone who is inspired. I think they're going the Jeremiah route.
Which is dumb.
It's dumb. I don't care
don't
if they
think
pull
it's
it
gonna
off
be,
right.
I don't think it's going to be in the
It
same
would make
universe.
more sense if someone found out who Batman was and became his villain and dressed up as the thing that killed his parents.
Well, inspired the thing that killed his parents.
Yeah.
Because it was an indirect death. It wasn't like the 1989 Batman.
It wasn't
where
like
Jack
Joker
Nicholson
straight up
just
shot
shoots
someone,
his-
but someone in a mask that was designed after Joker, which that was really weird. The whole mask thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
It kind of came
it was
out of
really-
nowhere, but
it came out of nowhere, but I
it
understand
was all of a sudden really sudden. Like one dude
Yeah.
kills 3 Wayne employees, and then all of a sudden everyone's
Well,
wearing clown masks.
well, it's because Bruce Wayne called them all clowns. He said they were
True,
clowns if they think that they can.
True. I didn't think
If
about
they
that.
could kill off the rich, they must be clowns to think that's going to change anything.
Yeah.
And then they
I'm
all were
trying to
like,
help people.
"We are clowns now. We wear clown masks, paint face, look like clown." And then
We are
Arthur's like,
all
"Oh,
clowns."
they are clowns." And then
I
Arthur
am
said,
the clown.
And then Arthur said, "I'm an incel clown. I'm the most dangerous." And then he went
incel
on TV.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And then he shot Robert De Niro.
In the face. I will say
Scary.
it was very interesting seeing him on like the show.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best part of the movie for me.
Yes, I agree.
That was
because
honestly-
that scene was incredibly directed, acted, edited, everything.
Oh, it was really good. It was very unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
When he just caps him, which we all saw coming.
Oh yeah.
Like throughout the movie there's a motif of pardon me, sorry. Had a skittle stuck
You're
in my
good.
throat.
Well, the whole gun.
Yeah,
to
there's
the
a motif
head.
of Arthur putting his fingers to his head. Or a gun to his head
mimic
and
something like
to mimic suicide.
Yes.
And very early on in the movie, there's
It's implied that
part-
he's going to shoot himself on TV.
Well,
at least that's
very
what it
early
seems
on.
to
It's
imply.
it's implied that he's planning to have a knock knock joke. Hey everyone, knock knock. And then he
Who's
pulls
there?
out the he doesn't. They don't say who's there. He says knock knock, and then he pulls out the gun and shoots himself.
Yeah.
Not a funny joke.
Which is ruined by Robert De Niro in that scene. He goes,
Yeah.
knock, knock. And he just, like, took you that long to look it up, whatever.
Yeah.
And so instead of that, basically, he gets it instead.
Basically, he said he does this whole thing.
Then he admits to the murder.
He admits to murdering the Wayne employees. He admits that he did it and that he didn't feel anything.
Yeah, he doesn't feel bad. He's happy about it.
Yeah. He it's very strange. I could see that being the dangerous thing people are talking about. Is that he never really feels regret for
he's
his
also
actions.
insane.
He is also completely insane. That's something that we could talk about maybe is like the
Mental illness.
some of the stuff that we've read about the movie.
We'll get to that in a second. Do you really think Zazie Beetz is dead? Her character?
Oh, I think she got clapped. I'm gonna be honest.
You never see her again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think she straight up. So Arthur has a point in time where he meets Zazie Beetz in the elevator, and her daughter. They do the little headshot crap or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
Little
little
mimicking,
gun to that thing.
miming. Anyway, Arthur starts to kind of go on dates with her or whatever.
Yeah.
After he kills the Wayne people, he straight up just walks into her apartment, grabs her, and kisses her.
Smoochy smooch
And
time,
they-
and then implies some stuff.
Yeah.
It implies some stuff.
They imply. They imply to
They
imply.
imply. And then
Anyway.
she shows up at like his comedy.
Yeah, she goes to his
thing,
comedy show, and he makes people laugh at the comedy show,
Yep.
or so we thought.
And then
And then
you see it on
His
there, and he's
mother-
not laughing.
his mother has like a stroke, and
Or like a heart attack or
it was a stroke. It was a
right?
stroke.
Yeah.
Then he suffocates his ma.
Yeah, that was harsh. That was the scene that got
He
me. I
put-
was like, oh.
Bruh.
His
what
life
kind of
is a
fun is a one-way
comedy.
pillow fight, man?
Dude, I used to think my life was a Vivo music video, but now I know it's a World Star hip hop clip. World Star.
Okay. But then he goes to ZD Beat's apartment, walks in, sits down at the table, and she walks in and she says, "Oh, you're the guy from down the hall."
Yeah, he's like, "You're in the wrong apartment."
And he's like, don't you remember me?
Well, something like that. Well, he like realizes that
he realizes
was
that
crazy
she
this
was
whole time.
never there.
Yeah, and he was just psychopathic. And then he does the finger to the head thing.
Yeah.
And then you never see her again.
The
It
next
does
scene
kinda
is
seek to
him laughing
imply.
maniacally, smoking a cigarette in his underwear in his apartment, and then
Yeah.
I saw ambulance lights in the background. I don't know if that was for ambience or if because he straight up shot her and her kid.
Yeah. I hope not her kid at least. Oh.
Dude, it's a dark movie.
It's a dark movie. But
it's not as dark
if
as it could've
anything,
been.
that would be the darkest thing in the movie.
I think killing
Child murder? Yeah, that's pretty dark. Oh. Careful,
movie.
you're going to be the people that the media thinks you did.
in the
you're watching
it's,
the movie.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie.
Stuff happens.
That's the problem. It's a movie. And I was talking to my dad about this morning on our way to his work.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him about it. I was like, it's so ridiculous that people are acting like it's that big of a deal that it's a movie. It's a movie. Movies like these have been made since movies have started being made. So why are people freaking out about this?
Joe, I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't Apocalypse Now make you want to join the fight in Vietnam?
Oh.
Didn't Rambo make you want to run into a random
Taxi
town in
Driver.
the mountains? Didn't American History X make you want to be a Nazi? It didn't because it's not
because it's a movie and it's
movie.
portrayed as bad. I
this is a perfect American History X is a perfect example because it's literally a story about
a neo-Nazi.
About a neo-Nazi who is trying to stop someone from going down the same path.
Really?
But
I haven't seen it, so I don't really know.
It's really about reconciliation over what he's done.
That's interesting.
The very opening of the movie is some of the hardest thing that you
It's a
can
hate
watch.
crime, yeah.
It's a hate. He makes a man bite the curb.
Yikes!
And then he stomps him.
Dang, man.
It's a very hard thing to watch. That's harder to watch.
Terrifying.
That is harder to watch, and it's Ed Norton.
Yeah, I know.
Edward
Norton's a very good actor.
It is a very hard thing to watch. I would watch that scene more than this movie because this movie just
it doesn't have that.
It doesn't give me. It's not as dark. If American History X was darker within the first 5 minutes than Joker was the entire
2 hours movie.
Of an entire 2 hour, 2 minute movie. It had the opportunity to go to the places I needed it to go for me to get invested into it, and it did not.
Yeah, it's weird. It just
didn't get me
for
there.
whatever reason didn't feel like.
Yeah.
It was in this middle place where it either shouldn't have gone as far as it did or should have gone farther.
As far
It's
as
in
it
this
went,
weird
it could have
middle
gone
area.
so much further with no problem.
And I think it would have been more interesting if it did. Like, I'm not obviously I'm not saying I've been radicalized by the Joker or whatever. I just think as a story point, it would have been more interesting if it did go in a different, more intense direction because it felt like
the ending.
It felt basic.
Did you notice that at the end of the movie? And I feel like this has become a motif with DC movies. There was some Christ posing.
Oh, well, I think that was just the Joker.
That was him doing like his open arms thing, but if you saw, he had that arm lowered down slightly, like like a little cross position, and he was surrounded by.
Wasn't lower.
No, I mean like his hand, like
yeah.
His arm was like sagging down just a little bit at the elbow.
Well, I don't know if that one was.
Well, there was also
a
bunch of people surrounding him and looking up to him.
Yeah. Well, I think that was just them praising the Joker, but
but there was definitely some Christ like. I don't know. Maybe
Zack Snyder got on set.
Jesus
for 5 minutes.
ruined T posing.
Oh.
Now no one can do it.
Jesus T pose for your sins.
But you get what I'm saying is that it looked like there was some sort of like there was something.
I mean, I picked that up, but I didn't think it was intentional. But maybe I've just been desensitized by Zack Snyder.
That's what I'm saying.
He got on set for like 5 minutes and ruined the whole movie.
Zack Snyder was like, "Hey, no, it'd be cool."
No, that's not how he sounds. He'd be like, hey, bro, here's the thing, dog.
I want to see the Joker's butt.
I need to kick the door in and be like, yo, what if the Joker had like sick abs?
And he was like, yo, what if we could see the Joker's butt?
I mean, we basically almost do. We just see him in tidy whities.
He's in tidy whities a lot. Joaquin Phoenix is a tidy whities man.
Apparently.
The Joker is a tidy whities man. I didn't understand.
Is there anything else that we really need to...
I just want to know why he dyed his hair green. That's the first thing that he did in his transformation, is he dyed his hair green for no reason, really.
'Cause clown.
Yeah, but like...
It made sense, 'cause clown. It worked for me. Really?
I don't know.
That's a weird thing to take issue with.
It's not an issue.
It's
just
a clown.
Well, I get that he's a clown. It's just things happen in this movie, and it feels like they're happening because
they
Todd Phillips and the writers were like, "Well, we got to make it Joker, or else it's just a ripoff." If we repackage,
and it's still kind of a ripoff.
It's like if you get knockoff toys, throw them in a nice Ziploc, and paint it to look like wrapping paper.
Mm.
That's what you're getting here. You're getting like the Chinese knockoff.
Yikes.
But it's still a good film.
It's
still a good film.
It's not fun. It's fine. I'm a little bit nervous that this whole outrage machine thing is going to affect Jojo Rabbit as well.
No,
I really hope. I
don't think it will.
But
Jojo Rabbit's a little under the radar.
Adolf Hitler, so I
think Jojo Rabbit's a little bit under the radar.
I think you might get like op-eds and stuff like that.
I read opinion pieces. I read opinion pieces on this, and I don't understand. Maybe it's because it's a film that was made for a film festival. Maybe it's able to be interpreted a lot differently than how I saw it, and that's the way with most movies.
Joker?
Yeah, but like there was a piece about how this movie is all about how Arthur Fleck is trying to get back to being a white guy or something like that.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Like the opinion I read
it's all about
it's because
racism, even though he falls in love with a black woman.
Well, that's the thing is that it said that Joaquin Phoenix's mother, not his mother, Penny Fleck, was constantly trying to get out of the slum where they seem to be the only white residents. I was like, I think that's just because it's a small cast for like a somewhat indie movie.
Even true.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand.
There's other white people there.
And then it said that he's surrounded by feminism, and I was like, in what way? Because I don't see much feminism. I don't see much of anything unless you're. I don't. It's just a movie about a man who didn't. There wasn't enough public funding out there for his medicine. That's
Society.
He says society.
He said society, and
I lost society.
It.
We looked at each other, and we were just like, ah!
I told
edgelord.
He said, "When we live in a society," or like,
"When we live in a society."
And I like started like I was like hitting Chris's shoulder. I was like, "We live in a society."
That's almost exactly what happened.
I was getting so happy.
We would get to like very tense parts in the movies, like after
and we would just start laughing because of like it
was very awkward.
We didn't get invested into the movie. I think that's what it was. We just didn't get invested because the whole time we were watching a movie, we didn't get invested in the story or the character.
But every time there was something tense happening, like after he shanks a man with scissors in the eye, I just looked over you. I was like, "This movie was made by the guy who directed The Hangover."
And maybe it was just because we were watching the movie together. Well, no, because even whenever you showed me
I watched
Evil
it
Dead or The Shining or something like that,
for 10 minutes, I sat in that theater by myself trying to get invested in this movie.
And you were texting me a lot.
I was... Yeah, because I could not... Dude, the house lights.
True.
They left the house lights on for the first 10 minutes of the movie. There were people talking about their day while I was trying to watch a movie, and the screens in there aren't even that good anyway.
Yikes.
So then, when you got lights on, it just makes everything look very gray. But, yeah, overall, I'll say this. I was whelmed by it. Give it a B+. Very, very good.
Give it a number rating.
A number rating?
We do numbers.
You'd rather do numbers?
At the end of the spoilers, we usually do numbers.
Are we going to like a 5 or out of 10?
10.
Out of a 10?
10.
I will give this a solid 7. 7.5.
I was going to go with 7.5 as well.
Yeah, 7.5. I'm tempted to say 8.
No, I'm not.
I'm tempted.
I'm not.
But
I'm tempted to say 7.
I want to say I'm going to bridge between 7.5, leaning more towards 8.
I'm 7.5, leaning more towards 7.
Yeah, I mean, maybe talking about it's made me get a little bit warmer for it.
I think talking about it's got me a little bit not as happy with it. I think we kind of changed each other's opinions a little bit.
Maybe it's just because we live in a society.
We live in a society.
Joe, what happens when you mix...
We live in a society.
Joe, what happens when you mix a subpar movie with a pretentious director?
Crap.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's been
Joker wasn't crap, but it was okay.
It was an okay movie.
I'm really looking forward to almost any other movie this year, like
Star Wars
Jojo
is gonna be
Rabbit,
lit.
Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, 1917, and The Lighthouse.
I didn't even talk about.
Movies I'm looking
they
forward
played
to
the Frozen 2 trailer.
And Knives Out. Knives Out looks great.
Knives Out.
Looks great.
I haven't seen much on that.
Cannot wait.
I did watch the trailer.
I love Ryan Johnson.
I saw the Frozen
good movies.
The Frozen 2 trailer played before Joker.
If there's any movie that I've ever seen that ties in directly with Joker, it's Frozen 2.
Frozen 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Let it go, man.
Frozen.
Guys, thanks so much for watching.
Summer
if you
Boogaloo.
enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever the thing is. If you're on a podcast app, send us an email. Let us know what you thought. Hit us up on Instagram or Facebook, where we posted pictures from the thing where I photoshopped Chris into the picture because he left because he had to poo-poo. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Seriously, for Oak Power Entertainment, I'm Joseph Gallion.
And I'm going to tell you how to support the show. I haven't been able to do it for like the last 3 podcasts. Look, so if you want to support the show, first thing you got to do is lose all of your medication.
Oh, no!
Then
Heroic Power Entertainment does not support the views.
Joe, shut up, Joe. So look, then you're gonna start feeling a little wonky, start feeling a little crazy. You might end up on a show with Robert De Niro, probably SNL. This is 2019.
Yes.
So once you're on SNL,
Robert De Niro's
you're gonna
on
walk up to
SNL.
Robert De Niro. You're gonna hug him, and you're gonna whisper into his ear, Illuminati. Then once you make it to the meeting for the Illuminati, they're all gonna be wearing hoods. They're gonna make you sign a bunch of papers. It's fine. You don't need your soul. What's the point of it? So once you've signed those papers, make sure that the very first thing you use the powers of the Illuminati for is to tell everyone to subscribe to Heroic Power Entertainment. I've been waiting for that for a while now. It's been a solid minute since I've been able to do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Real quick, I saw a comment on a YouTube video of the ending of Joker.
Oh boy.
And it says, "At my theater, there was one guy laughing and trying to clap at every scene, and I told him, 'Shut up, this isn't a Marvel movie.' And everyone else laughed." I'll take that didn't happen for 500.
That's been Joseph Gallion, and I've been living in a society.
R/that happened.
Goodbye.
It didn't happen.